So we'll walk through the dashboard, of course, for you to have a single pane of glass. The site security dashboard, also the vulnerability scanner, which is not there yet, but I would like to let you know that we are currently developing it. And why do I mention it? Because it's a great tool for you as an MSP to have a standalone secured vulnerability scanner, which allows you to identify the vulnerabilities within the environment without buying the solution immediately. Because this vulnerability scanner is basically creating a report of the whole environment. And then I mean whole environment, network devices, servers, workstations, but also open ports, do a collaboration with Nmap, as some of you probably know, and many more things. And that will generate a report to, let your customers know what you have seen in their environment. So that's a great tool to leverage from. Also, we are going to cover device management and remote control. One of the basic functionalities, of course, is device management, but we have also remote control functionality within the solution, which is included. Service plans, maybe it doesn't say anything now, but it will be in the demo, because everything is based on service plans within the RMM solution, which will make more sense in the demo, of course. Patch management, really important. You as an MSP are normally responsible. I don't know how it's in Israel, but for example, in Europe, we are responsible for the patching of devices. So better make sure that you have that in place. Third-party patch management for Google, Adobe, and such, to make sure that they are updated and your customers are secure. Antivirus, automation, like installation of software or running scripts if necessary. Integration capabilities with third-party solutions and solutions like a data protection solution from Barracuda, and reporting, of course. So we will begin with the demo. Let me switch my environment. Can you all see this dashboard?
Yes, perfectly.
Thank you. Thank you. So let me zoom it a little bit in so you have better visibility. So I will turn my camera off because of the distraction probably. And I also look at another screen to make sure that you have the one place to look at. So this is our solution, and it all starts as I've said with dashboards. So this is one of the dashboards we have, central dashboard, and you can see different sites here. And the sites are basically representing the customers. So we call it sites, but it are customers. Within the customer, you can of course have many devices as you want, or cloud services, and you see a ticketing part here and the alerts. You see also a group folder based on devices, which can be very handy if you want to see, for example, how the status is for all your Windows devices. If necessary or required, you can also switch it between service plans. And again, I already told, service plans are something you're gonna hear a lot in this presentation. But for example, if I dig into the ABC Medical, which is basically a customer, I can see how many network devices there are, servers, workstations, and also we have a collaboration with Avast Antivirus, which is included here as in the reporting. So this is one practical view. You see also that we have a VMware or Office 365 or Hyper-V button here, which basically means, or we have integrations with VM, Hyper-V to monitor also your AS6 environment, for example, create snapshots from out of the solution, see the performance of the host, how many devices are under the host, and so on, which we will cover in a bit. So a other dashboard is our services dashboard, which you will probably like a little bit more because you can see it based on the service plans. And again, the service plans we will cover in a bit more in depth, but within the service plan, you can see directly what the status is of a few things within the environment based on what you are reporting, of course. It doesn't mean that you have to use Microsoft Defender, for example, or that you have to use Avast antivirus. But this allows you to immediately see what the status is of your environment or your customer's environment. And if you want to dig specifically more in a customer, you can just change the filter here, choose the specific customer, and you can see, all right, I see 80 devices within this plan, this proactive AV plan. I can see the patch management, for example. You see here patch management. If I want to see which patches are needed, I can just click in this site and you will see that these devices have need patches. If I want, I can do it manually. You can also automate it, which we will cover in a bit. But let's say hypothetically, if I want to patch it manually, I can do it by selecting this and open this specific device, and then you can see that I have 2 patches which should be installed. So that is from the reporting functionality. Again, back to the services dashboard. It's not only patch management, also automation and so on. If you want to dig in a specific plan, you can also click on it. You will see the amount of alerts within the plan and the devices who are involved with this alert, for example. So everything is basically clickable within the solution. If you are on a specific part within the solution and you would like to see this service dashboard, we have built in a sidebar which allows you to basically see the same results but in a summarized view. This is something you can refer to within the whole environment on every page. So these are the dashboards based on asset management and monitoring. We have also a site security dashboard, and this is quite unique within the RMM world. And of course, we as a security vendor, think about security in general. So we thought, we need to have a site security dashboard to make sure that the basic parameters basically are noticeable and visible within the RMM solution. So for example, if I click in small business, you see some percentages, which probably doesn't say anything yet, but for example, the antivirus security is saying that it's 100% secure, but the patch security is 85. So why is the 85% there? When I click on the details, you see that there are a few things which are noticed as 0 points. So if I want to know why the update rollups or feature packs are not giving any score, I can click on more details, and then you will see that the software update elevation is not done. The impact is high, as you can see. All right, but what is that then? An explanation, but also which devices are at risk then, and then you see the devices which are involved in this score. This is one example. You have also the user security, for example, user account control, logout, threshold, status check, for example. These reporting functionalities and these parameters are based on a plan. And let me already dig into this bit. Site security. So these are based on a security schema, and you see here a security standard scheme when I click into this, you will see that we have pre-built a few meters, which allows you to automatically identify when a device is monitored and managed through the RMM. You can also turn this off, which of course will then not represent in the security patch of any security sites dashboard. You can also decide if a specific customer should have another security scheme. The reason for that is, of course, that some things probably are, not turned on or should not turned on because of a specific reason. Then you would like to have turned that feature off. That's basically up to you which scheme you are assigning to which customer. But in general, we advise to just have one security scheme over all your customers. Back to the dashboard, we have also a Barracuda dashboard. And you can already see here that we have a integration with Content Shield, Intronus Backup, which I will cover in a bit. But because we are in the dashboarding side of the business, I just wanted to show you that we have an integration with Content Shield and Intronus, and you can basically manage the products out of this RMM solution. So let me grab the next chapter. So the dashboards are telling you everything basically about your devices and service network devices. But everything is based on a service plan, as already mentioned, which I will show you here. So service plans are basically bronze, silver, and gold. We name it reactive, proactive, proactive AV, but you can give it a name, you can change it, you can decide which service plans you would like to deliver. We have good documentation about this on our campus, which helps you to create a strategy to decide which service plan you would like to offer to your customers. And important here is that before you are implementing any RMM solution, you need to know, all right, I would like to have a package bronze, silver, and gold, for example. And within that plan, I do basic monitoring, I do patch management. Within my bronze or in my silver plan, I do enhanced monitoring, I do patch management and third-party patch management. And in my gold plan, I do everything what I do in the silver plan, plus, for example, a antivirus solution and monitoring. So it's basically up to you which plan you would like to deliver. We do not recommend, and I hope that does make sense, to make a plan specifically for every customer, although it is possible, but that is not manageable from out of the automation MSP way of thinking to make it more easy for you as much as possible. So service plans have services within the plan. And as you can see, for example, these baseline monitoring, which is included within the React plan. If I want to, let's say, decide I want also to have it in the proactive plan, I can just click it on and it's automatically within the proactive plan. But as you can also see is that we have a lot of pre-built things here. And there are a few specific ones. So if I want to add a service, then I can just go to the library from the services side and include it within a plan. So how does that look? When I have a service here, and let's say, for example, I want to add a new service, then you can say, all right, I want to have a Synology monitoring, for example. Then I go to the policy, I have the monitoring policy. Then I have a library which we provide, which are pre-built monitoring solutions. As you can see, we have Fortinet, ESET, Dell, Datto, Cisco. A lot of these are pre-built for you. Just click it on and it monitors. And as you can see, we have also a Synology-ness monitoring. All right, just click it on. Okay. If I want to, I can also make it more specific for a site with the inclusion site, or a group, or devices, or the exclusion. When you apply this to a service plan, normally I do not advise to make it more specifically for a site, unless the customer have a specific Synology, for example. Then it doesn't make sense to. So the Synology things will be only monitored if the device is active within the network. So you don't have to specify it for a customer. Let's say you have customer A, B, and C, and customer A and B has a Synology-ness, and customer C doesn't have a Synology-ness. That doesn't mean that you have to apply this policy specifically for customer A and B, because C will not appear in the monitoring because the device does not exist within his environment. How does that work? When I dig into the services specifically, you will see that the automatic application is dependent on a value. In this case, it's not, but if I want to, I can apply it specifically for the Synology-ness, for example. That can be either based on SSH, SNMP, or WMI. I will take another example in a minute, just to show you how that works. Based on the Synology-ness, let me apply this. So save. Sorry, close.